Raghav Sachar started playing the harmonica at the tender age of 4. He's now 26 and he can probably play more instruments than his age.
I started at the age of 4 with the harmonica.
How did that happen?
My father was there, he was playing the harmonica to my mom.
This was one of my hobbies, to play mouth organ and one or two other small instruments, guitar, etc. He used to be quite fascinated with the vamping in the mouth organ. And he said, I'll also want to play. And I thought it's too small to pick up.
So he went the next day, since I had asked him to do it. So he went the next day and he got me a 7-note harmonica. It didn't have any sharps or flats or anything in that time. So at that time, there is this program that used to come on Doordarshan called Chitrahar. The song that he was playing that day was Hai Apna Dil To Avara. So when he got me the harmonica, the first thing that I played on it was Hai Apna Dil To Avara instantaneously.
When I returned after about 3.5 months or so, I was very pleasantly surprised to note that he was able to play. He was able to take out vamps also.
And then Papa got me a better harmonica. Then I think I had like this deal with him about a year down the line that every birthday I should get a new instrument.
When he was very young, at the age of 5 or 6, he used to play 3 instruments at the same time. He used to tie this bongo around his waist. He had a mouth organ and he had a little small synthesizer, those Casios which we used to have those days. And he would play between those 3.
Papa used to put me in the center of a party and he used to say, "Beta bajao." वो अभी भी करेंगे अगर मैं उनके सामने चला गया तो I have to tell him that okay, I'm old enough now, you don't do this anymore.
He was taking out tunes, and when you used to ask him, how do you take out the tunes? He says, I don't know, I just play and the tunes come out.
The proud parents, however, didn't realize how serious he was about his music.
We used to bunk a lot, so we used to devise new ways of not getting caught. So one of the music rooms was basically the room where you used to keep instruments. So we used to tell him, you lock us inside that room because all the instruments are there. We can spend the entire life in that room. So he used to lock us from outside and he used to leave. We used to be inside and the whole day we used to play all R.D. Burman songs, never attended our classes.
We used to get complaints from the school that he's not attending classes, and we used to be called very frequently.
What they had done is they had packed up my instruments and kept it in a locker and they said, "Aap padhte nahi ho, so we will only give it to you on the weekends." That really frustrated me quite a lot and I ran away from the hostel.
Certain characteristics of his personality were very distinctly different from his childhood onwards. He was very clear-cut, fairly sorted out as to what he wants to do, when he wants to do, and how exactly he would like to go about it.
Then I told her, my mother and my father, that I need to be in a school where music is treated and considered very important.
There was this very famous music competition which happened in Delhi, and very tiny little guy, you could hardly see him playing the drums, and he backed the best drummer. And our school being so strong in music, we literally picked him up from there, got him to our school, convinced the principal.
That was like a very good turning phase for me because I met people with my kind of an ability to at least appreciate music.
After he came to our school, he almost started controlling, if you will, the entire music scene in our school. Probably a parallel music teacher to the official teacher that we had.
I also formed a band called Canzona with 2 of my seniors, and that was again brilliant.
Our education in musical instruments came with Raghav because beyond the drums and the guitar, every new instrument that Raghav bought and played was an education in itself. First to the existence of that sort of an instrument, and then to the fact that it could be played or it could be used with such grandeur and splendor.
Although Raghav had established beyond doubt his abilities, his parents were still apprehensive about a future career in music.
By the time he finished his schooling, he made it very clear that he would not be able to pursue studies that seriously as he would like to pursue music.
I remember telling Dad that, I need to do this. You forget about me doing IAS, IPS, anything. I have to do music, and I've been telling you that since a very young age. Be rest assured that I will not be a failure in life.
There were a number of series of events. In one of them, when he had actually insisted on a metallic flute, and we got him that, the moment he came on the stage with the metallic flute, he virtually captured the whole audience, and there was, except for that sound of this flute, there was pin drop silence because everybody was appearing so impressed. And that's the time I decided that I think his real love is music.
Convincing his parents was only the first battle won.
What do you think? Do you think that training and talent, how do you think they relate?
Talent, to a certain extent, is great because you need to have it. You need to be, if you're a fast learner, if you have inclination and, say, a God gift, so to say, to play instruments, then it, of course, helps. But technical things are not God gift. The whole shock treatment happened with me that I am not able to play a particular instrument, which was the flute. Put me down pretty badly because I had gotten so confident by 12, when I was 12 or 13 years old, because I was already playing some 10, 12 instruments by then. I was like, I can pick up anything and start playing. This is a didgeridoo, and this is made out of eucalyptus tree. Now what you can do with this is, you can take out one note. This is tuned to E.
Natural talent had taken Raghav as far as he could go, but he needed something more to take him forward.
What happened was, I knew that there is something wrong in the technique that I have. Then I went to Australia and did my bachelor's in music, which was like the main, the big decision of my life. The first thing I was told was that my technique is wrong, which was very difficult because when you're doing something in a particular way and you are able to get a sound out of the instruments and you're playing relatively okay, to unlearn that and change your entire technique to something which is totally alien to you was the most difficult thing for me. And my first year was the most challenging year of Monash because firstly I had to learn reading very, very well, very thorough note reading. I was lacking the experience, which I had to catch up to very fast. So I enrolled myself in like all possible things. You have the main core subjects that I was doing, and then I enrolled myself into, like after my college hours, I would stay back and I'll do this and I'll do that.
Being no stranger to challenges, Raghav took it on and successfully completed his graduation. Soon thereafter, he arrived in Mumbai, wanting to pursue a commercial career.
He came to me and met me at Yashraj Studios and said, I have a scratch if you'd like to hear it. And I heard the scratch, which was a song called Kabul Fiza. And there was something nice about it. There was something which, it had all the elements one was looking for. But I didn't commit to it immediately. And I said, yeah, it's nice, but can we sort of work on something else? And I briefed him a little. And I said, why don't you come back to me in a couple of days, maybe with another song. But I think within about 7 hours of that conversation, he, called me and said, okay, I have another one. I said, dude, like, where are you getting your songs from? Next day, I met him, he gave me the second song, which was very nice. And then again, I briefed him a little and said, okay, let's try some other options. True to style, but before the day could end, he called me and said, I have 2 more songs. And he was literally going back home and putting these songs together in a matter of hours. And one thing sort of led to another, and apart from having just one song, we ended up having a whole album with Raghav Sachar.
Determination and standing up to challenges have characterized Raghav's growth from a novelty act to a successful performer, composer, and multi-instrumentalist.